Hello, everybody. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Today, we're gonna dive on into day 4 of the purpose driven life. Hope you guys got the book. If you haven't, that's okay. We kind of get the cliff notes, but obviously, if you get it, that's more value to you because you could actually take the time to read it yourself. But starting with day 4, made to last forever, God has planted eternity in the human heart. True. uh Ecclesiate, man, I do not know how to say that. I don't know how you pronounce that right there. Boom. But that 3:11, surely God would not have created such a being as man to exist only for a day. No, man was made for immortality. That was said by Mr. Abraham Lincoln. Great guy. This life is not all there is. Life on earth is just a dress rehearsal before the real production. You will spend far more time on the other side of death and eternity than you will here. Remember that. Earth is the staging area, the preschool, the tryout for your life in eternity. It is the practice workout before the actual game, the warm-up lap before the race begins. This life is preparation for the next. At most, you will live 100 years on earth, but you will spend forever in eternity. Your time on earth is, as Sir Thomas Browne said, but a small parenthesis in eternity. You were made to last forever. The Bible says God has planted eternity in the human heart. You have an inborn instinct that longs for immortality. This is because God designed you in his image to live for eternity, even though we know everyone eventually dies. Death always seems unnatural and unfair. The reason we feel we should live forever is that God wired our brains with that desire. One day your heart will stop beating. That will be the end of your body and your time on earth, but it will not be the end of you. Your earthly body is just a temporary residence for your spirit. The Bible calls your earthly body a tent, but refers to your future body as a house. The Bible says, when this tent we live in, our body here on earth, is torn down, God will have a house in heaven for us to live in, a home he himself has made, which will last forever. While life on earth offers many choices, eternity offers only two: heaven or hell. Your relationship to God on earth will determine your relationship to him in eternity. If you learn to love and trust God's son, Jesus, you will be invited to spend the rest of eternity with him. On the other hand, if you reject his love, forgiveness, and salvation, you will spend eternity apart from God. C.S. Lewis said, there are two kinds of people: those who say to God, thy will be done, and those to whom God says, all right then, have it your way. Tragically, many people will have to endure eternity without God because they chose to live without him here on earth. Yeah, unfortunate thing. I'll kind of skip ahead a little bit right here. Death is not your termination, but your transition into eternity. So there are eternal consequences to everything you do on earth. Every act our life strikes some chord that will vibrate in eternity. The most damaging aspect of contemporary living is short-term thinking. To make the most of your life, you must keep the vision of eternity continually in your mind and the value of it in your heart. There's far more to life than just here and now. Today is the visible tip of the iceberg. Eternity is all the rest you don't see underneath the surface. When you live in light of eternity, your values change. I'll skip right here. God has purpose for your life on earth, but it doesn't end here. His plan involves far more than a few decades you will spend on this planet. It's more than the opportunity of a lifetime. God offers you an opportunity beyond your lifetime. The Bible says God's plans endure forever. His purpose lasts eternally. Let's see right here. At the end of it, it's pretty short, relatively short chapter. Pretty awesome though. Just putting stuff into perspective. Obviously, none of us are gonna last, or none of us are gonna live forever. Point to ponder. There is more to life than just here and now. Verse to remember. This question is fading away. This world is fading away, along with everything it craves. But if you do the will of God, you will live forever. John 2:17 NLT. Question to consider. Since I was made to last forever, what is the one thing I should stop doing and the one thing I should start doing? I mean, right off the bat, I should stop focusing on me, and really focusing, how can I impact and serve others? I mean, that's really the biggest thing, and that's really a value that my wife and I really strive to do. How can we add value to people, every single day, whether it's one person, with doing these videos. Again, if it just impacts one person, and it, whether it brings positivity into their life or whatever it may be, I mean, that is wonderful. I mean, that will make us happy. A question I had wrote right here myself, if I died today, would my family be okay? And honestly, I mean, I have a life insurance policy, for a little bit of money that, would take care of my wife and son, but ultimately, I financially, they might be okay a little bit temporarily, but overall, no. And I put it right here on the bottom too. No, there's no, because I mean, for me, I have not built something yet that is ongoing. My mom, my siblings, they wouldn't be taken care of. I need to help my family get out of debt. My wife and I are debt free, thankfully. But siblings and my parents, stuff like that, I want to be able to help them get out of that. I need to use my God-given talents to bless our family. I need to build more of a legacy for my family. I need to learn and experience more from my family. I need to pass down more wisdom. I need to be a great example to glorify God. I have a ton of work to do. So let's go out and serve people. That's what I have written down. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, is actually just thinking long term. I'm reading this other book called The One Thing, and it mentioned the founder of Guinness, and it talked about how when he opened up his, Guinness the beer, the first time he opened up his first brewery, he signed a 9,000-year lease. Because his vision was so like long term of like, man, like I'm gonna stick around, and they have been around a long time, 9,000 years, and I hope, and I'm sure that they will be around, if we don't blow ourselves up, the world. But yeah, I mean, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, let me ask you that question. Let me go back to this real quick. Since you are made to last forever, what is the one thing you should stop doing and the one thing you should start doing today? All right, you can leave it in the comments. Again, I mean, journal it, I don't know, do something with that, or just don't listen. Right? But hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Okay, take care.